Welcome and Happy New Year. So this is a series of video I'm going to take about the parts I ordered from China installed into this Land Cruiser 100 series. But instead of finding the cheap parts, cheap Chinese auto parts, I'm trying to looking for most expensive parts that I can find in Chinese market. See if it's worth the money, if the performance is good, and still have the best performance value ratio. So the first thing I have today is this key fob. So it's a key fob that you can just switch your original Toyota key back to the early 2000, become something like this, and it pop out like this. Here's the detail about this key. So this key is very easy to have. So originally this area of Toyota have key like this, but this one is uncut. But simply just take the picture of your key and send to the seller. They will cut it for you, make it like this. All you need to do is open your old key fob and take out these chips and as well as this one. And then just put in the gap here and make sure it's correct direction. I think it goes this way, right? So oppositely on here is like this. And you have a good key, can folding, come out, lock and unlock, everything is ready. The use of this key just like a regular Toyota key, and turn on the car right up. And do you think it's worth it or not? Oh, the cost actually, although I'm actually looking for the most expensive replace key fob in China, it's still quite cheap. It's about $6-7 each, and they cut it for you for free. They cut the key case for free, and they also have like 2 or 3, even $1 ish cost fobs. But I think this one is a very high performance to me. It looks very good, and I like old cars, but I don't like old car keys, and I think it's worth it. So let me know your thought. Thank you. So today I'm going to replace these old swing bar links with these TPU adjustable lightweight material upgrade swing bar links. So what's the benefit of it? So if you are on an off-road truck, big chance you will do the upgrade your suspension to lift or lower it. And in my case, this LC100 is the hydraulic suspension. So this is kind of easy to adjust, that even after you install it, you can easily to turn this root spot to adjust the length of it. So according to where you go, which path you are going through, this design can help you to prevent extra load on your swing bar, as well as the TPU material it used. So on typical rubber material, we'll see after years it cracked, and when it's get wet, it can make a noise, and it's kind of ugly. So TPU is known as more resistant, more strong, durable, and quiet, least likely to change the shape. So let's see, this one is already, the shape is already changed after years installed, but technically this should last longer. And as well as the weight, actually you can see the size compared. This adjustable have more components inside, but these two parts weight actually is very similar. I think this is like 5 or 6 grams, a little bit more heavier than this, but you cannot notice that. Actually it feels really close each other. So this kit I get from direct order from China. From the back total cost me about $100. which typical upgrade swing bar link for Land Cruiser is like 100 a pair here, and this is most expensive one I found in Chinese website called Jingdong. And let's install, see if it worth the money to spend now. Okay, so we're gonna try to remove this front swing bar link right here. The first stop, we're gonna try to lubricate it. Lubricate it. And then use a 14mm to release the top one. Let's go counterclockwise. Here we go. Okay, we have these. See how the shape changed after so many years of using. And also 14mm. I use an extender to give me more room to push on my brick bar here. Here we go. It's not that bad. Now it's loose. I can just use the shorter ratchet to save the energy. What's good about this Toyota is that on the other side there's no nut. I mean, the nut is like welded on the frame, so you don't have to use two tool. Just need one 14mm. I just use that extra to give me more leverage. So just pull this out here, and it's loose. So now we cannot push up this yet. So I will gonna remove another side, so it's easy to take this old swing bar link out. So it's same on this side. We're gonna lubricate those bolts already done. Then gonna remove the top 14mm first. Let's try just use the short. So that is a typical noise from rubber, especially it's get wet. That's why our new TPU material has this advantage than the rubber is making this noise. We have the bolt, and then we have the cap. There's the rubber. So now is both sides of the swing bar is loose. The swing bar is easy to move up and down, and that means just need to push this up to take out the end link. So the front swing bar is pretty easy to install. Just make this through the hole. There you go. In the place. This 14mm. You want to put your both left and right side bottom part in first before close the top. And make sure both left and right side top part fitting before you put in the TP material and the bolt of the top. And here is a 15mm and tire. In the case you just adjust the front spring bar link, you just need to clockwise turn, anti-clockwise turn the button bolts to release it. And then you can use a 19mm to turn this. To adjust the high, up and the low. Then just tighten the lock nut to lock it at the high you want. I don't think it's quite possible for me to remove the top bolt inside the small one. I think that bolt is kind of very rusty, so I'm gonna remove this bolt and the one bolt on the other side. Try to just take off the full frame and restore the back later. Yeah, that's much better. It's a 12mm. Not very difficult. If you have to use your socket, you can just remove the wheel. Luckily, I have this ratchetable tools, so I don't have to. Another one, I use a lot of extend to give me room for my brake paw. Oh, it's rusty inside. So, this side is better than the side that both all of those bolts is movable. And just use a regular 12mm to release the top one first, so we don't have to remove the whole frame. Just like that. Okay, on this side actually the lower bolt is very stiff, so I use a extended brake bar to hold the bolt on the outside, and use extend the rigid brake bar to move the nut, and it actually finally became movable. I just need more leverage to do this. Finally. We got it. Now I can install the lower part of this link. Put this in. Give a little bit of preload. Just a little spring washer. Into place. Push the swim bar into the gap, lift and right side together, and don't forget to clean the thread of this bolt because there was a lot of rust and dust in the thread. It is so difficult to remove. Okay, to adjust the height of the swing bar, in the case for offloading or something, you just need to, now the lock nut on the top and the low are both loosed like that. Then we just need to turn this middle part, we turn it clockwise, it will make it longer. If we turn it anti-clockwise, make it shorter. Just like that. So now I'm gonna put in just the shops, the setting and the tight, this lock. So is this swing bar link actually doing anything? Is it making anything different to me? Honestly, I don't feel anything because this car we have installed the sound isolation underneath the mat, carpet, all around this. This isolation is very good. Even there's some noise, I can barely hear it anyway. But just for the looking of it, and I don't know if I really will go to offloading and need that adjustment, on-site adjustment. But if you do, let me know if that's kind of function that actually worth to install it. All right, thank you. You have a good one.